Welcome back to the Oddity Shop podcast, the podcast where we
tell you creepy, odd, weird, strange, and bizarre stories from around the globe.
I'm your curator, Kara, and this is your other-ish curator, Zachary.
Wow. How are you?
Fantabulous. How are you?
I'm good. What do you got for me this week? What's new?
Well, I purposefully, not that y'all can see, but you'll see a little glimpse. I wore my Mothman t-shirt that Zach got me, Shiny Heiny, because
Shiny Heiny fan club.
I did do that TikTok, you know.
Here's the best part about the TikTok you did, because it was a pro Mothman, anti-Zach TikTok. And I was sitting with Patrick watching.
Oh, it blew up.
We're just scrolling. And all of a sudden it like comes on and like, I'll be honest, sometimes like I just scroll past our stuff because like I've seen it most of the time.
Well, yeah. Because wow, you're over
and
it.
I heard you burn me right away. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on, we got to go back. And he made fun of me so hard that you were like trashing me on the internet and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, but it was so great because everyone was like, well, I love Mothman.
I know. Everyone came to my defense.
But I was kidding because I absolutely love Mothman. I even ended it with like, I love Mothman and his Shiny Heiny. But just in case nobody will, I'm repping my Mothman because it was just, you know, I was kidding. I have to like, because I know you don't watch these things, but that one did get a lot of comments, a lot of love. Like it was funny. It was good. So, but other than that, I do. Or do you have something else you want to say?
I haven't said anything yet. You get yours.
What do you have?
I'll tell you my.
I do have something else, but yes, you go.
So I have a follow-up from last week. So remember I told you about the knife that was hidden in my backyard?
Yeah, this is incredible.
Okay. So this is happening. Literally, I'm like telling the contractor about it, right? As the property managers are walking up to take the pictures of my property. And like, I'm just like working. I'm dealing with a knife. And they're walking up. So like, because the first time they came to the house, they weren't very pleased with the state of it. This time they're like, we're blown away. Like usually when people say they're going to do the work themselves, we're like, sorry, but you have to do it again. I might be cheap, but I'm not half-assed.
Well, did you say that my best friend is a great painter?
I did. I told him I bought a lot of people a lot of food to get this done. And I blew up my dad. So like I called my parents after, right? To be like, thank you so much for all the help like you guys have done. Like I just got the property managers are super pleased. And I'm like unloading all the shit I put in my car to like get out of the way for photos. I'm talking to my mom and this guy on a bike who looks like he might be without a home. Hey, excuse me. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm on a work call. He goes, no, you want to talk to me? And I looked at him for a second. And he goes,
am I going to cry?
He goes, you lost a wallet last year. I'm like, I have to go. So I hang up on my mom. I was like, I did. He goes, I need to apologize. I'm like, okay.
He's had the wallet.
I found it. Well, remember it showed back up at my house after I had been home for Christmas. Yes. So he goes, I apologize. I found it on December 23rd, but I had stuff going on for Christmas. I couldn't return it till a couple days after. And I've been like every once in a while, like riding my bike past your house just to see if I see you. And I was like, do not apologize. I lost it weeks before Christmas. And it's really funny. The day it turned up, I had just got my last card replaced.
My eyes are watering.
The thing is that wallet was a gift to me from Italy. Like everything in the wallet was replaceable. The wallet was not. I'm like, thank you so much. He goes, you know, I've been wanting to talk to you and like, I didn't want to knock on your door or anything. So every couple of weeks I like ride my bike by just to see, you know, if you're still home. He goes, and I come down this block anyway. So the crazy thing is I'm leaving this state in 3 weeks. I would have never known. So I was like, hold on, I'll be right back. And he was collecting cans and stuff. So I got him all our cans. I gave him a $10 tip. He's like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I know, but it was like, I'm so glad you stopped me. This is so crazy. And so we're like talking for a while and just chatting and stuff. And he goes, you know, I do like little odd jobs and this and that. Like I mow lawns and stuff. I actually need somebody to mow my lawn for the next 3 months before the renters are here when I leave.
I'm literally dead.
And he goes, I'm going to figure out how to take electronic payments because usually I have to do it in person. And as soon as I do, I'm going to text you. So like gave him my information, but like we had this fantastic little interaction. It was crazy.
Zachary, why would you do this to me right now?
Stop crying. It's not that heavy. It's just,
yes, it is.
It's like,
so
it's been a mystery because
sweet.
I lost it and it just showed up weeks later. And
I know, but that's
I had always wondered who it was. And it's weeks before I leave. Yeah, it was a great little interaction. I loved it.
Yeah, but now what happened? This could be an incredible like relationship where like you get tenants and he could just continue to cut the grass.
Oh no, I'm making the tenant's responsibility. I'm not paying for it.
We'll make them pay him.
There we go. I said, how much do you charge? He goes, I usually charge whatever people want to give me. I'm like,
Zachary, we need to get him work.
I know.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. He's been
when he figures out electronic payments, I'll let you guys know how to get a hold of him in Grand Rapids so he can mow your lawn. And he also does painting.
He's literally been riding his bike by your house trying to.
It was so sweet. Stop crying, Kara.
Zachary.
What else do you got for us?
Why would you break my heart like that in the best way? All right, so, I can't even speak. Okay, so
emotional.
Sunday. There was, you wouldn't really know because I haven't taken there, but there was a kind of like a little like event, and it was all like these small businesses, like little tents, but it was in a parking lot, just like a random parking lot next to
like a little maker's fair.
Yeah, but this place that I've been trying to take you, but you can't ever go. It's like called Deer Park, and it's like a little vintage shop. But the music store that Leslie works at kind of like put on, and they had band, like they had a singer there the whole time and like whatever. So she had a tent there, and it was just like a cool, fun thing. So I had a lot going on Sunday. I did a lot of yard work. It was like crazy, but I was like, I have to go. I want to go. So Ryan and I went, and we met Nate there, and it was just so much fun. So they had like a taco truck and just like a bunch of small business. They had tarot readings and all these type of.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Real quick, also, while I've been doing all the housework, and I thanked everybody a couple weeks ago, quick shout out to Nate, who kept me from burning this house down when I was having plumbing issues. Like, thanks, buddy. You actually you have no idea how much you saved this house's life.
Well, hold on.
I know what you're looking for. You're looking for the group chat where he sent everyone and said, is Zach okay? And then posted the voicemail of me saying, Nathaniel, if you don't call me back in the next 5 minutes, I'm burning the house down.
Oh, here it is.
Nathaniel, it's Zachary. I'm going to burn my house down if you don't call me back in 5 minutes. Bye.
I was so over it that day.
So shout out to Nathaniel.
Yes. Okay,
anyway, there are these like little like sheds that are downtown, and I've never gone to them, and people can rent them out, and they can have their little businesses. Okay.
Oh, cute. I love that.
I know. So Ryan's like, they were all about to close. Ryan's like, do you want to go like check them out? I'm like, yeah, cool. We literally walked past one. It was like all snacks and home like goods. And I was like, I'm trying not to eat all this stuff. We go to the second one, and I was like, oh my God, this is my place. It was just dark, creepy, like, but cool, just really cool stuff. And it is called Recovery Candle Co. And so shout out to Kristen. And so I started talking to her, and poor Ryan, he was just like, he was fine. But anyway, I bought so much stuff. She makes candles and like car fresheners. So I got a little skull car freshener. I also got like fuck Trump pins. And then I literally was getting this
Democratic smell good creepy things.
Yeah. So it was like fuck Trump, but it was like a little piece of cake. And then I got a lips or chapstick holder that says fuck Trump. And then I'm looking at all these pins, and I'm buying a couple pins, and then there's like a uterus, but like with flowers. And I'm like, oh my God, Riot, I need to get this uterus because I don't have one. And she goes, oh my God, I'm about to not have one. Then we started talking about how she also has stage 4 endometriosis and adenomyosis and all this stuff. And like, she's going through it.
You like find your like spirit bestie.
Yeah. And a week ago, she just had laparoscopic surgery to get some endo removed. She's like, yeah, I'm thinking about like getting, and we were just like vibing. And she was like the sweetest fucking human. So she follows us. We follow her. So please, 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 please go support her, because she was just so absolutely incredible.
Support small business who are also going through the same things as Kara, and also obviously on the right side.
No, but it was awesome. And also, so she is, she's, you know, I don't know if she is recovering addict, but she's sober, and she helps people with recovery, like addiction and things like that. So she's just like doing really great things. We chatted a little bit out because she wants to start a podcast about that, to like help people with mental illnesses and just like illnesses and stuff like that. So I was like, girl, get at me. So anyway, this is just a shout out to her, because it was just like, it was so cool. And it was like one of those things where it was like, I wasn't even going to go look. And then Ryan's like, maybe let's go look. And it was like the one, we spent so much time there. and I bought so many things, and her mom was there. Shout out to her mom because she was absolutely great. It was just like such a cool, fun thing, and I absolutely loved it. So
I love it.
That's what I got.
All right. What do you got for shop talk?
Shop talk that I have this week is that we need stories. I need stories. Zach needs stories. We need you to write in, to call in, DM, email, whatever weird things are going on. You
this
guys
is how desperate we are. I am getting a captive audience. I'm talking to my clients at work, and one of them even started to say something weird. And I let her go. I'm like, hey, listen, call this number and tell this story again.
So you guys have been writing hard, though, on our Facebook, and you've been dropping the comments and giving us all these weird, creepy, awesome stories, which I love. Give us those in details. Email us, write in, or leave us a voicemail. Because some of your stuff is like really wild and I love it. I love the engagement giving us, but like I want more details on it. I also am asking what else do you guys want for Patreon?
Perfect.
And then that's it. That's my shop talk.
Well, mine is going to build off of yours on the engagement piece because our girl Carla, who we've been shouting out lately, has dropped us some new banger comments. Of course, everywhere.
I don't even know how she has time to live. She's on every piece of our amazing social media.
Carla, you are keeping us going at this point, but
I love it.
She posted a comment on YouTube that said, I had to stop listening to this episode and wait for daylight. I freaked myself out and had a nightmare of an entity that couldn't be banished. Carla, girl, listen, we give ourselves nightmares when we do this thing. So at least it's not just us.
Okay, but Dalmatian Jasper has really been helping me.
Oh, good. You know, I told you that mine were getting worse. And you know what I realized?
Yeah.
Two things. I took all my crystals and put them in a box.
Exactly.
And I took my dream catcher down that's been up for years that I made.
Hey, Zach, are you running low on spiritual supplies?
Hey, Kara, are you looking for a place with handmade items?
Yeah, we should probably go to Mystic Moons.
Oh, our buddies?
Yeah.
They make the most wonderful hand-dipped incense with over 24 scents, and we've smelled absolutely every single one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you might just be looking for a hand-strung bracelet made with only the best intentions.
And not only do they have the best intentions, they have 4 strings each, and they last forever, which I would know because I've broken every bracelet you've made for me and not theirs.
Oops. Well, they also have simmer pots for every occasion, like San to Yule.
And don't forget, Melinda is also a medium and a tarot card reader who's given us amazing readings, so she's ready to help us or you connect with past loved ones and get to know insights into your world.
My spirit animal is a camel. Thanks, Melinda. Anyway, so look for Mystic Moons on Facebook or Etsy, and then you can restock all your spiritual supplies.
Oh, be sure to check them out at www.etsy.com/shop/Mystic Moons LLC.
Or at Mystic Moons on Facebook. They're all over our socials, so I'm sure you'll find them.
So go get some goodies. Okay, Kara, goodbye.
Bye. Somebody at work the other day was like, you need to make a dream catcher or you need to get one. And I thought about it, but Aaron would be like, why is that? So I'm going to put it, I am going to get one and put it next to my nightstand. But the crystals that Cynthia recommended, all of them have been working great, everything. So I'm getting weird stuff, but like my little trickster thing is that big. Just going to Zach.
Love it. It's 100%. It's like, oh, he's unprotected. Cool.
Yeah.
You're ready to open the shop? I have a question for you.
Do you have a question for me?
I just said I have a question for you. Okay. Do you think alien abductions are physical, psychological, or something else entirely?
Say it. Physical,
psychological, or something else entirely?
Okay. Well, I've thought about this and I just don't know. The only reason I think that they might be physical is because people get like marks or body parts gone, like removed, things like that. So I guess I'm going physical.
I think you and I would usually be physical.
Based on what you're going to tell me.
I don't know. I think a lot of them, though, like people can kind of say it's like mass hallucination.
But then also it's like after you've been abducted, it's all mind control and weird things. So is it like all variations?
I don't know.
I think it might depend on the alien variant.
That is true. Okay. Are you ready? Because we're jumping in.
Yeah.
Cool. October 11th, 1973, two men are sitting in Mississippi's Jackson County Sheriff's Department sometime between like 10:30 and 11 p.m. Okay, so specifically, these men are in an interrogation room, and it's cold, empty, pale, which is probably pretty similar to how the men are feeling inside. One of the two is 42-year-old Charles Hickson.
That was funny.
Thank you. He's a shipyard foreman, and the other is 19-year-old Calvin Parker, who is like brand new to the shipyards. Okay. These guys are like sweaty. They're shaken, right? Parker definitely more so than Hickson, the young boy. He's like, ugh. Okay. So police are starting to like listen to their tale because these two men are telling an absolutely unbelievable story. Not murder, not robbery, but
abduction.
Alien abduction. Okay. Before we get into the story, I want to say something about these cops that I'm kind of grateful they were giant assholes. They thought they were being lied to. They thought it was a hoax, right? They didn't believe the story they were being told. So they decide to leave the men in the room and test them and leave a hidden tape recorder going.
Oh my God. So they could just like hear what they were saying?
Yes.
This is amazing.
So they thought they were going to like break character, right? Laugh, admit they made it up. Instead,
this is incredible.
Yeah, these police hear silence at first, just total silence. Then both men start heavy breathing and then pure panic. The 19-year-old is saying he's close to having a breakdown, that he thought he was going to have a heart attack. And Hickson was trying to calm him down, but he sounded totally disturbed as well.
Do you know how long they did this for?
It was a couple minutes.
Okay, so it wasn't long that they just left him alone.
Right. The recording of them talking is a couple minutes, but there's silence and heavy breathing before. So it's probably 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. So they didn't leave them in the room for a long time.
No, they just were hoping like if they left him alone, they'd be like, ha ha ha, got him, you know.
Okay.
50 years later, though, we still have the recording, and it's probably one of the most like disturbing pieces of audio in UFO history.
I've never heard of this.
Well, this is the story of the Pascagoula, Mississippi alien abduction.
Wait, I have heard of this.
I'll say, yep, it's one of the most like believable abductions of all time. Okay.
I've never heard the recordings.
I know. I will say I wanted to incorporate them in.
Okay. Can we not?
They're really rough. I couldn't find a raw audio file of it, so it'd be a recording of a recording. And these men are southern Mississippi. Okay,
so it's just like rough and hard to understand.
Yes, but
okay, so everybody go listen.
We'll talk about those more. Okay, so Pascagoula, though, where this happened, is a Gulf Coast, Mississippi shipbuilding town. It's blue collar, it's industrial, deeply tied to the water, right? Leading into the Gulf is the Pascagoula River. It's dark water, it's like winding through marshland, it's abandoned docks and factories and hidden fishing spots. Like, it's not very like suburban at all. Pretty rural. Like I said, we're in 1973, and it's important to note that this is during a pretty large UFO flap that's happening, right? That late 60s, early 70s flap.
Yeah.
Project Blue Book just came out in 69. Like, there's a lot of fascination toward aliens and UFOs, and sightings are happening somewhat regularly. Okay. So whatever happened to these two men, though, on the night of October 11th breaks from the norm. Because most alien abduction stories at this time involved abductions by humanoid creatures that we tend to call the Greys.
Okay. Yep.
These guys ain't dealing with the Greys. Okay. So let's get into it, right? It's October 11th. Hickson and Parker, they decide to head out to the river. They're going to do something totally ordinary. After work, they're just going to go fishing together. Hickson's kind of like the experienced guy, right?
Yeah.
Parker is brand new to the company, so they're just going to do some
their
bonding.
age difference just is big.
And one of them has been working in the shipyard forever. The other one's new. Right. So Hickson, he's older. He's tough. He's practical. He's respected by his coworkers. He served in the military, and he was known for being calm, confident, and strategic.
Okay.
Parker was pretty quiet. He's like really reserved. He's brand new to the shipyard. He's deeply religious, doesn't have a lot of friends.
I mean, 19's, that's a baby.
Yeah. And you can see why, though, like Hickson wants to like kind of take him out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So they head out. It's like a casual like hangout, fishing, starts off normal. They're doing their thing. They're catching their fish. Total straight dude activities. I don't get it. Then around 8:30 to 9, it starts to get dark. And like at night, the landscape changes because it's marshland, right? So the river changes. It gets quiet. They feel isolated. Where they're fishing is pretty remote too. So it's like you don't have city lights. There's thick vegetation. There's tall marshy grass.
There's tall marshy grass.
Marshy grass. I can't talk.
When I can correct you.
I am Carrie tonight. I am her.
No, who are you?
Zach.
Zane. Zach.
So all of a sudden though, like, okay, they stop what they're doing, right? They're looking down at the river. But instead, they start to look up because they hear something kind of coming at them. It sounds like a buzzing, right?
Like a hover, yeah.
So they think it's something like the shipyard's getting louder or something, right? But this low buzzing grows stronger and changes into something they've never heard before.
I love this.
And that's when they see it. So a giant glowing object breaks over the horizon, comes into their vision, and it is our typical oval, cigar-shaped, hovering craft, hovering right above the waterline. Beneath it, there's like this bluish-white light reflecting on the water. Mm-hmm. I think that's actually kind of like when the buzzing happened, then they kind of see the lights, then they look up, they're like, the fuck is that?
Okay. That's
for you, Jeff.
The fuck?
If you guys don't know why we're calling out Jeff on that one, listen to our last episode.
Yeah. Okay.
So the fishermen are now like, they're stunned. All right. They can't explain what they're seeing. So when like we're fishing, we're hearing a strange noise. Holy shit. What is flying right in front of us? They can't explain it. There's no wings. There's no rotors. No sounds they're used to.
I can't. I'm so sorry.
Right.
I cannot imagine being, though, a 19-year-old, what seemingly sounds like sheltered-ish young child. Like he's a young boy. Right? Like trying to bond with like your coworker, like to show you the ropes. And like, you were like, what the hell is going on right now?
I love that you call that out because the next thing that happens is that Parker starts to immediately panic and freak out.
Well, because he's like religious and he's just like, Hickson's
a little bit more rational, right? And he tries to calm Parker down and explain what they're looking at. They're like, this must be something from the shipyard. We just, it's fine. He can't really calm Parker down though, because things get a lot scarier for the two right away because a doorway opens on the strange craft. So now their brain switches from like, oh my God, what the hell is that? To, oh my God, what the hell is going to happen to us? Because, right, like, it's obviously ready to interact.
Oh, God, I just want this to happen to me. But yes.
I know. But, like, not in this way, albeit. I want it to be like, hey, Zach, come on in the craft. We've been waiting for you. Not like, hey, you're fishing. Boom, we're here.
No. I want to be like, this is how I envision it. I'm just like outside doing like my yard work, my mundane things, right? And then I just like look up and I'm just like, oh, home.
You'll be like Annette Bening in Mars Attacks, like ready.
And then they're just like, Kara. And I'm like, yeah, let me go grab Delilah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen for these boys. They would later say that in the next moment, they both experience total loss of control of their bodies. They can't move normally. And as we've said, so this is similar now to others, right? So far, it's very similar. It's like they were being held in place by something they couldn't see. So we've definitely talked about that kind of thing before, like the whole tractor beam, whatever.
Did you say this was 73?
Yes.
Okay.
While they can't move, in the next moment, 3 beings appear in the doorway. So this is where it gets really different, right? Because in the 60s and 70s, and I would say most alien abduction stories around this time, talk about the Greys, right? Short, skinny humanoids, big heads, big eyes, fingers, kind of look like us, right? Well, I mean, at least they're similar enough that we have.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't look like that. But yes.
What these boys see would make me wish I was looking at the Greys.
Oh, you're saying boys. One is 73.
42.
I thought you said
42 and 19.
Oh, it's 73. Yes. 42-19.
Listen, you're in your 40s. We can call them boys.
Number one, when I am in my 40s, you can call me a boy. I am not quite yet.
Oh, but like 18 episodes ago, you're like, I just tell everyone I'm in my 40s.
Right. Well, I tell people I'm in my 40s, but I don't tell people I'm a boy in my 40s.
Well, you'll look at men at that point and call them boys because they'll be young to you, is what I'm saying. God, get over it.
Okay.
So anyway, so what they look like, there's 3 of them. They're all 6 foot tall plus, your favorite.
Okay.
Super wrinkly skin. At least it's still gray. But instead of like the typical like long fingers, they have like pincers or claws instead of hands.
Oh, yep.
Then where their nose or ears should be are just these like spiky protrusions.
Okay.
Builds were much larger and more muscly than the grays.
Yeah.
But they move like mechanically, almost as if they're like robots.
Listen, it's just like we already talked about this. This is just a different variation.
Yeah, but like, do you want to be the first one to deal with a different variation? No.
I bet nobody wanted to deal with the grays.
Their faces. It's just like totally a different culture. Totally emotionless. Okay, I'm moving on. So they get a good look at him, staring at him. They can't move. All of a sudden, they were floated by the same unseen force right off the shore of the river and right into the ship.
Oh.
Now, I will say, inside, it's kind of similar to most other abductions. They're in a bright lit room. It seems almost clinical.
Yeah, because they're just like cousins.
There's strange machines and equipment. But the beings are like, you know how like with the Greys, at least, they might not speak. It almost seems more telepathic, but they like at least like give each other looks and do things. These things were not looking at each other. They were not communicating at all. They were like ignoring the other beings while these dudes just like floated in.
Okay.
Until a giant eye-like robotic device appears in the middle of the room and starts staring at both Parker and Hickson. They're unable to move. And during this time, this eye floats first right up to Hickson's face.
Okay.
Scans his whole body up and down. Goes over. Same thing to Parker. So like Parker is completely freaking out at this point. Hickson is just like, he's a military guy. He's trying to stay composed through the whole thing.
But also like you can't really move anyway.
They can't move, but they can still like
No, I know, but it's like, what are you going to... But like, what are you going to do?
You just kind of have to let it happen.
Oh.
So they have no idea what it is, right? They're assuming it's some kind of camera. But the second it finishes scanning both men, finishes whatever examination it was doing, both men are floated right back outside of the ship and dropped onto the riverbank.
But also, I'd be like, but I wanted to hang out.
Well, these guys aren't us, okay?
I know, but like, I'd be like, scan me and then tell me what you think. I know I don't have a uterus anymore, but like, let's talk about it. Let's go. Like, tell me some things. But I don't want to know telepathically and shit later. I want to be on the ship with you now.
They're like, I want to know now. Okay. So here's the thing, though.
Like,
as soon as they're dropped off, the UFO just like disappears. And
I know. Crazy.
This is the only thing that pisses me off about their story, though, a little bit. Is I could not find any details on what happened. They're like, okay, the examination finished. They were dropped off.
Oh, like what they did?
They didn't explain how they got out of the ship, nor what the ship did afterwards. But I think it was because...
Maybe they don't know.
I think Parker was freaking out so bad. Hickson's just like, I got to focus on him. And then the thing was just gone.
Yeah, probably.
Now, here's where it does, again, differ from other UFO experiences at the time. And you kind of touched on it earlier, right? People have like physical things going on with them. They were dropped back in the exact same place, and it felt like they were gone for an hour, and exactly an hour had passed. So there was no time distortion. There was no physical evidence. There was no, rashes, things under their skin, radiation poisoning, anything.
Which I'm glad for them.
Right. It is good for them. They take a second. They get their shit together. Then they waste no time. Parker's like still losing it, and Hickson's like, we're going to the police, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually, I would have thought it would have been the opposite.
Yeah, I get it, but like...
Because a military person would never...
You also have, though, like a really shy, reserved person who's not going to want to tell people, and then you have a very military person who's like, this is 73.
Right. That's why you wouldn't go to the police.
I don't know. He was like the first one to be like, you're kind of right. You're right.
I'm not going to say, but there are people that I know that are very high ranked and have seen things and would never report it because of what could happen.
Well,
now
they report it. But I think this kind of helps their story, right? Because it's not like they sat on it. They didn't debate.
Whoa.
It's not like, Betty and Barney.
I'm just shocked is what I'm saying. I'm just shocked that he wanted to go report it.
But think about like other alien abductions, right? Betty and Barney, they sat on it for a few days. Other people go to like media or whatever. These guys were like, oh, we need to go to the authorities right away.
What would you do right now in 2026?
Oh, I would definitely not go to the police. God, no.
Well, we would just have an episode about it.
We would have an episode.
That would be our first time we ever went live.
That, or I would probably go to somebody in the field who I know and respect. And honestly,
who?
It's probably going to be Tenny. I mean, that man does a lot of UFO stuff. He knows everything and he's calm.
That's true. Because he's just stoic.
Yes.
He just would listen. He wouldn't
make you feel crazy or whatnot. And he wouldn't put a bias into it. He would just listen and try to figure it out.
No, that's a good one. All right. So Tenny.
Okay. So
when we get abducted, or hopefully.
That's only if they drop us off. We don't want them to drop us off.
Cross our fingers.
Okay.
Oh, no, we don't want them. But if they do, Tenny.
Anyways, though.
Oh, sorry. If you guys don't know, though, we're talking about, if you go search him, you can search him on any social media. It's John E.L. Tenny.
Yes.
And he does all kinds of just everything. Paranormal, alien.
Woo Pod. We had Jessica on, his co-host.
Yes, we had Jessica as co-host. Oh my God, yes. So, yes.
So anyways, these guys, they go right in their fishing clothes. They're still in a high emotional state, right? Boom, right to the police. So at first, like, the police are like, you guys are crazy.
Oh, they go like right.
Yeah, no, like literally get dropped off on the shore, collect their shit, and go right over. So it's still this October 11th. Little
Christian boy.
I know. So they're like telling their tale, right? It doesn't change. They were fishing. They saw a craft. They were taken on board, examined, released, done. We talked about this earlier. The detectives think they're full of it. And like, for a second, let's be real and put ourselves in the cops' shoes. It's during a flap. So people are already talking about UFOs like crazy.
Can you explain to the listeners that don't know what a flap is?
A UFO flap is a period of time where a lot of high strangeness is happening. Usually UFO, cryptid, multidimensional things all happen in a pocket of space during a long period of time.
Yeah, it's not just alien. It's just like all kinds of like
weirdness,
high strange, weird, just like crazy things, like a flap.
Now, unlike other people's stories, though, right? These guys have no physical evidence. They don't have the like almost radiation sickness. And their story is just kind of crazy for blue collar Mississippi. Okay. Yeah. So they naturally think it's a hoax.
It would be really wild, though, because you have somebody of like with credentials and you're like, OK, like, is something mentally happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there would be concern on that, though. Also, like, it's like, what's happening?
I think, though, like these cops were just like, yeah, OK, whatever. Because that's just why they left the recorder in the room where they're like, we're going to catch you guys.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. OK.
Catch you laughing, admit the prank or whatever. So, like we said, for a long time, they're totally silent. Then they shift, right? Parker's freaking out. Hickson's trying to calm him. But people said, and I listened to the audio too, it's like, you know when two people are affected by a terrible tragedy and the stronger of the two people is trying to comfort the other person, but they're both still trying to process it?
Yeah, it's just like,
It's like, okay, like imagine your family member dies and one of your living family members is like losing it, right? The other one, you're there and you're like, you're still going through the same thing, but you're trying
to keep that one together for the both of you.
That's what's happening in this recording.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it collects their fear, their confusion, their distress, right? So at this point, and it's a recording, we have it still. Like, it makes this story so hard to dismiss. Again, too.
Yeah.
They didn't know the recorder's in there.
Right.
So they're not playing it up for a recording.
They're just being real.
Exactly. And it's
which is sad.
Only 2 hours after the event.
Oh my God.
So this is straight up initial reaction. Like, it's raw.
This poor 19-year-old child.
And you can tell like they feel like they're not being believed, which just adds to the emotional toll that.
Right.
Okay. So all of this was October 11th, right? So by October 17th, right, because the cops can't keep their mouth shut, the pair agree to tell their story to a Rotary Club.
Okay.
Again, UFO craze is happening, right? So then the press hears about it. They start to run with their story. And over the coming days and weeks, it does spread really, really far. It's being compared to Betty and Barney of just a few years earlier. Radio stations reported, TV crews arrived, UFO researchers, right? They're all reaching out to these two. They do tell the story in multiple times in multiple places, which I know you and me always talk about, people not trying to get fame from it helps the story. These two kind of do. Their story never changes, though. Now, Hickson...
Yeah, but I'm not opposed to it. It's just if people are coming to you and they want the story... But it's when people are proactively reaching out.
These guys are being reached out to.
That's different to me.
Now, surprisingly, Hickson, not surprisingly because he's always been the more vocal one, right? But he was the military guy. He's very open to talking about things. And Parker usually only does if he's kind of not urged in a bad way, but comforted by Hickson to be
coaxed.
I don't even want to say coaxed, right? Because he's
he's
hey, it's going to be okay. We have to tell people what happened to us.
Oh.
So the story really takes off. Now, Parker, he struggles a lot with the attention. He's really uncomfortable in the public eye. And you can tell both of their lives are completely disrupted. They don't go back to the shipyards, anything. And because of the notoriety of this, and because we have that recording, many researchers cling to this case. Because we have that consistency. We have their emotional reaction. Even though they went very public with it, we have the lack of clear motive for fabrication because people were coming to them, right?
Yeah.
Poor Parker is arrested a few months later in January.
For what?
Public drunkenness. Stumbling down a highway. He's just really struggling. While at the same time he's arrested, Hickson is he's in Detroit. He's on his kind of little tour.
Did you say Detroit?
Yeah. He's going on a small tour to go address different UFO groups to tell them his story.
Okay.
Now, over the next many years, Hickson, remember, he was really rational, right?
Yeah.
He went on to tell this tale and speak publicly and becomes a celebrity in the UFO culture. Now, the thing is, though, he is not talking to a lot of public groups. He's really only talking to MUFON and alien groups. He gets really highly respected because, again, the consistency and everything. This is the only part of his story I kind of struggle with. He claims that he has at least 3 more meetings with the same aliens or the same race of aliens, or entities, whatever.
So are you just doing that for the...
And he did say at a point they were supposed to disclose themselves to everyone. He gave a date and everything else, and that did never actually happen. So there's a little bit in his story.
No,
I know. But whatever you say about him, he was obviously very changed from the encounter. You don't go from being rational military shipyard. But while he kind of leans into the notoriety, it's Parker who still sells it for me. Because he stayed out of the limelight for a really long time, but he eventually came around. All right, so he pulled back.
Okay.
But in 1993, he starts a company called UFO Investigations, and they went on to produce TV shows about people who had similar experiences.
Can we reach out to him?
So in 2011, Hickson dies of a heart attack at age 80. In 2018... Parker released a book about how the stories affected his life. And then he does, unfortunately, pass of kidney cancer at age 68 in 2023. So no, we cannot reach out to him. However,
63.
Before he passed, a plaque was put up in 2019 as a historical marker at the site where the abduction happened.
Oh.
And when it happened, Parker stated, "It's very emotional for me. I can't really describe it because I would break out into tears if I did. All I can say is that I wish when I died, I could be buried right here underneath this plaque. That would explain it best. It's quite an honor." And that is the story of the Pascagoula abduction.
What does that go without doing a cry?
I don't know. It's too easy sometimes. So while Kara's collecting herself, and before we figure out how to close the shop up for the day, I will ask for it. I need the emoji for this episode. I would like any sort of alien emoji. I know there's like a whole wide range of them with the little green dudes. And for our paid Patreon oddballs, I'm not doing Reddits for you this week. Well, I'm doing a Reddit. In this Reddit, it's somebody who broke down the transcript of the hard to understand audio of when the police left the interrogation room.
Oh my God. See, I was wondering, I was like, why wouldn't you just play it, even if it's hard to understand? You ding
It's so hard to understand. You literally can't. Because even in this the guy who posts post blank spots and like help me fill in the rest. He's like, I'm from Southern Mississippi and I still can't understand them. So that's what we're doing. Before we wrap up the shop today, do you have anything else?
I think we just need to do the thing.
Do the thing.
And, I have a hiccup. The most important thing you can do for us is to creep real, my little oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.